9 years now. And welcome everybody once again. Whoever has just come in, please make yourself comfortable. We have a very interesting class today. My name is Suma Mudan, if you have missed it, and I have been a master gardener for 9 years. And we have been running these landscape success classes for the last 4 or 5 years. And the idea of this is to take the gardening classes to the community, because we also have classes in our facilities in Rosenberg. So we are bringing the classes to you. So wherever you are, you can tune in and listen to this. And also you can watch the videos later on if you want to revisit any particular topic, you can do that. So we have done several classes. These landscape success classes take the homeowner step by step on establishing a healthy landscape. And this year, this is a new topic that we have chosen because every year we run surveys. At the end of this class, there will be a survey, and it is very helpful to us and to you also. If you tell us like what you are looking for, what are the new topics that you would like us to present, and all those things. And this is one of the topics that we are presenting for the first time this year, small trees for small landscapes, because a lot of us have very small front yards, and Aarti is going to talk all about it. So let me introduce you to the speaker today, Aarti Bansal. She is a master gardener and she has been a master gardener since 2021. So she just started just before or during COVID. And so she has been working nonstop until now. So she very graciously agreed to present this topic. She has not one, but 2 master degrees in computer application and history. And she has been a teacher, a gardener, and a homemaker. She has 2 very cute little kids, 2 sons. And she has a lovely husband. And she took, like some of us, we start with a hobby like gardening, and then it becomes a passion. Then it becomes, sometimes it becomes a business. So for Aarti also, it has become a business. She started with Amazing Seed Company, selling just seeds, and now she has branched off and expanded into selling tropical plants, fruit trees, and almost all kinds of plants and trees. And she's in the process of setting up a nursery, and we are all very, very proud of her hard work. And she is not only a master gardener, a mom, and a business owner. She's also very compassionate and kind-hearted, because she and her husband offer free trees to communities for nonprofit organizations. So she's in this for the long haul. So I'm sure we are going to have a nice treat from her, talking about these ornamental trees for small landscapes. So if you have any questions for Aarti as she's talking, as she's presenting these topics, put them in the chat room. And once she's done with the talk, we'll run the questions by her. In the meantime, if myself or Nancy, we know the answers and we can answer you, we'll answer you in the chat itself. But if you keep getting questions, please keep posting them in the chat room so we can gather all of them and run them by Aarti at the end of the class. You will also have the opportunity to unmute yourself at the end of the class and to ask her directly if you have more questions. So I think I have taken enough time, and now let's move on and have Aarti give us all her knowledge. Thank you, Aarti, for doing this for us.
Thank you, Suma. Thank you, Nancy. So today our topic is tree for small scale landscape. So today we will talk about small trees that you can plant both in your front yard and backyard. We will also discuss what are the benefits to plant a tree, how to plant a tree, what points we should consider before planting, like size of the tree, location of the tree. Then I will show you some good variety of trees which are good for our Southeast Texas. After that, I will tell you how to select a healthy tree from the nursery, when and where to plant a tree, and in the end, we will discuss about successful planting. So if you have any question, you can put them in chat. We will answer your question at the end of this session. So Suma and Nancy is with me. We will try to help all your question. So just wanted to start with few pictures from my neighborhood. People have found creative ways to tame huge tree into a small and artistic landscaping. You can see, so they look very beautiful. So welcome to the show. In a small landscape, tree play a vital role in enhancing the beauty, functionality, and overall harmony in the environment. So their presence bring us many benefits. So we will discuss them one by one. So first is energy conservation and saving money. Everybody knows tree conserve energy in summer and winter. So if you are planning to plant a tree for energy conservation and saving money, consider deciduous tree, because deciduous tree give you shade in summer, and when winter come, it will shed all the leaves and you will get the sun. So this way you can conserve energy and lower your bills. Next is increase property value. So many studies show that if you have trees in your yard, your home value will increase by 20%. It is all about curb appeal, and tree makes your home and your yard more beautiful. So next point is health benefit. So tree help reduce stress and anxiety and allow us to reconnect with nature. Tree provide shade in the summer. They protect your skin from the harsh sun rays. Yeah, next point is wildlife habitat. So tree also play a vital role in preserving the ecosystem. They provide habitat for different animals, different insects, birds, and they also provide and serve as a nesting site for wildlife. They provide food source. They provide shelter. So if you are planting a wide variety of native tree, so you are contribute to them. So you are promoting biodiversity in your small landscape. You can hang a feeder in one of the branch of the tree, and you will enjoy the bird song all year long. So next point is improved air quality. So through the process of photosynthesis, tree absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. And this oxygen we use to breathe. So in a small landscape, the presence of tree is very important because tree remove all the pollution from roads, from industrial area, and make the air fresher and healthier for us. So they are very good for us. Next point is uh, tree help us to prevent soil erosion and rainwater runoff. So trees roots bind the soil, preventing it from being washed away by the rain or strong winds. So they are again very important for small landscape where every inch of soil or every inch of land is important. And the last most important point is giving gift to the generations. So trees can live hundreds of years. So when you are planting a tree, you are giving a gift to your children and your grandchildren. So next slide is think before you plant. So good tree care start with plant planting. So let's see some example. In first picture, you can see that owner planted tree too close to the fence. Now both are battling each other for survival. Some part of the fence is already breaking apart, making tree the winner. In the next picture, you can see the crepe myrtle tree is planting too close to the fence privacy, limited growth and availability of nutrients. In the third picture, you can see there is an oak tree. So this picture also show the life of every household curve. So over a long period of time, every live oak will grow way bigger than the space available, so causing damage the walkway, the curbs, and sewer. In this picture, you can see all these pictures show that tree has been trimmed away from the power line, causing weird shape and angle, which ultimately leads to poor health and growth. So avoid planting large tree near utility or power line. Always plant smaller tree that are 20 feet, less than 20 feet, or try to plant a tree that are narrow canopy or small maturing tree like crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtle is a very good choice for planting under power line. If you are going to plant live oak and other wide spreading tree, you can plant them, but always remember you have to prune regularly. So they are not good choice. So behind every successful project is planning. So plan ahead so that you don't have to waste money and efforts every year on tree planting. So before selecting a tree, you have to consider some points. So I'm gonna take one by one. First, important point is purpose. So first, determine the purpose of the tree you want to select. Are you looking for shade? Are you looking for ornamental tree? Are you looking for privacy, for fruit production, or wildlife habitat? So understanding your purpose will help you choose the right type of tree. Next is climate and hardiness. That is also important. So you have to consider the climate in your region and hardiness zone you are in. Different tree have different temperature and environmental requirement. So ensure that the tree you select can thrive in your specific climate. Many people ask me why my tree are not producing. When trying to find the cause, it turned out that they have bought trees from big box store without validating the chill hours requirement and variety name. Not every variety is good for our zone. So it is recommended to buy from local reputed nursery to get the right tree so that you won't be burned. Next point is size and space. So consider the available space in your yard or landscape. Tree comes in various sizes from small ornamental to large shade tree. So make sure your tree which you are choosing can fit in your available size without causing any issue to the nearby structure or nearby fence or nearby utilities. And next point is growth rate. So determine whether you want a fast growing tree for quick result or a slow growing tree that require less maintenance. So if you are going for fast growing tree, keep in mind they will require more frequent pruning.
Excuse me, Aarti.
Uh-huh.
Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
thank you so
Mhm.
much. I think maybe your mic
Yeah.
is a little far away.
Okay. Thank you so much. Next point is maintenance requirement. So consider the maintenance need of the tree too. Some tree require regular pruning, while other may shed their leaves or produce fruits that need to be managed. So you have to take care all these things. Next very important point is soil and sunlight requirement. So evaluate the soil condition and sunlight availability in your chosen planting location. So different trees have specific soil, excuse me, different tree have specific soil pH and drainage requirement. Some tree uh, are good with full sun, some tree want shade. So ensure that the tree you are selecting can thrive in your soil and light condition. For soil testing, you can contact your county agri-life extension agent for more details, or you can go to website soiltesting.tamu.edu and follow the instruction. I will post the link in the comment for soil testing so you can get it easily. Next point is allergies and invasiveness. So some tree produce allergic pollens. So if you have pollen allergy, so consider this point too. Some trees are invasive. So if you plant them, they can out compete native plant and disrupt local ecosystem. And again, one more important point is local regulation and restriction. So some communities may have guidelines or restrictions on tree species. So check with local authorities or homeowner association, HOA, to ensure compliance with any regulation or restriction related to tree selection and planting in your area. And the last point is availability and cost. So you have to consider the availability and cost of the tree, because some tree may be readily available in the local nursery while others may not be available. So they will be hard to find. And the cost of purchasing, planting the tree, and as well as long-term maintenance expenses, these factors are also very important. After carefully considering all these points, all these factors, you can choose a tree that suits your need, thrive in your environment, and enhance the beauty and value of your property. So the main key is right tree, right place. So next slide is top 10 tree, my favorite. So I want to show you my favorite small trees for Fort Bend County. Check with your local authority or homeowner association or HOA uh, to ensure compliances with any regulation or restriction related to tree selection and planting in your area. So we will focus on small tree. These trees are not in any order. I just put them down. So first tree is fringe tree. So fringe tree is also called snowflower tree, flowering ash, old man's beard, sweetheart tree. It's a small deciduous tree. They are best planted when young, and they really rarely need any pruning, and they can grow up to 6 to 10 inches every year. It's a nice specimen plant in lawn. You can plant them in a group, or you can plant them in a as a flowering tree in your native garden in late spring. you can get the flowers, fragrant flower cluster. So flower color will be white, and they appear like fringe-like petals. And after that, they showy blue black fruit. They will come in late summer. So these fruits are a good source for birds and wildlife. Next is magnolia. So my favorite is Little Gem, Sweet Bay, and Saucer Magnolia. So Little Gem and Sweet Bay are dwarf variety of magnolia. So they are evergreen. They have evergreen leaves. Flower is very beautiful, fragrant. So these trees can serve many purpose in your landscape. You can grow them as a standout centerpiece or as a screen hedge. Um, Little Gem Magnolia generally produce blossom flowers in 2 to 3 years and continue to give you fragrant bloom for years to come. Little Gem is also perfect for containers or more restricted space. So if you have less space, then Little Gem is very good for you. They have dark green leaves from upside and downside. It will be darker brown. Sweet bay magnolia, also called swamp magnolia or swamp laurel. It can grow approx 10 to 20 feet at maturity. Next is saucer magnolia. It's my favorite one. So saucer produce attractive pink and white flower appearing as saucer that are 5 to 10 inch in diameter. So they generally bloom in late spring, then bloom reappear throughout the summer till winter. So it flower best when they can also tolerate partial shade. It's a small medium sized tree and great fit for those trying to maximize shade in smaller area. Now is there are different type and variety of holly, but my favorite one is
Hi, Aarti.
I think Artie dropped Suma.
Yeah,
So
I think so too.
I'm gonna have to sign back in.
Okay. Let's put the recording on pause.
so now it's right. You getting my
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Okay. So sorry about that. So there are different type and variety of holly available in the market. There are Yupon holly, American, Nellie Stevenson holly, but my favorite is Possum Haw. So Possum Haw holly is a deciduous tree or shrub. It is nice specimen that grow around 12 feet tall. You will get the red, you can see in the picture, there are red berries. So you will get these berries in the winter. So they provide winter color. So both male and female plants are needed to produce attractive red berries. And birds love these berries very much. Next is Mexican plum. Mexican plum is also a deciduous tree with beautiful, fragrant white flowers. They generally bloom in spring, in February and early March. Its white flower are highly attractive to bees and other pollinators. Mexican plum needs a very good drainage system. So, and they produce edible fruit. So you can eat them too, but they have thorn. So be careful about that. So when you're pruning, when you are handling them, so be careful. Next is Vitex or chase tree. Vitex or chase tree is also great for home landscape. Its unique foliage and flower will add interest to your home garden. It is winter hardy and blue comes in blue flower, but nowadays you will find white and pink colors too. So many nursery has white and pink and blue, all three colors available. So these plants also produce black fruit with the size of peppercorn. In hard trees, these trees may die back to the ground in winter, but then they will sprout and bloom for the following summer. So you don't have to worry about that. Their flower attract all kind of pollinating insects and bird. It is deciduous tree, so it will shed all the leaves in winter, but in spring they will come back. It's slow grower. Next is mountain laurel. Mountain laurel is one of the first native plant that I learned about because of its beautiful fragrant flower. It's a evergreen plant, drought tolerant, drought tolerant tree. They generally bloom in spring. They love sun. So this tree is good tree for landscaping in a sunny area. Again, it's a slow grower and can reach up to 10 to 15 feet tall. And evergreen, its leaves are green color, dense foliage, and its flower comes in cluster, can be a 6-inch long and resemble like wisteria flower. And when the bloom is over, then fruit is come like they will produce brown seed pods which contain bright red seeds. So next is my favorite one is Texas redbud. So redbud is universally loved small tree. It is a state tree of Oklahoma, where it is also native. In Texas, we have 3 different native varieties: Texas redbud, Mexican redbud, and Eastern redbud. And Redbud Festival is also celebrated every year in March, April in Denton City in Texas. It's an ornamental deciduous small tree. So for our zone, Texas and Mexican redbud are good. So they are multi-trunk shrub, or you can say deciduous small tree. They goes up to 15 to 20 feet height, and tree known for its brilliant purple red blossoms in the spring. The bloom of the tree make an ideal ornamental tree perfect for your landscape. This variety, the Texas redbud, is very drought tolerant and is well adapted to the soil of Texas. Flowers are edible, so they are pickled for salads and even eaten fried in Mexico. So they taste like snow peas when they fresh off the tree. The flowers also have some value as a nectar source for honey, and their seeds are eaten by the wildlife. So everything you can say, flower is edible, seeds are edible. So it's very good plant. We love it. Next is crepe myrtle. Everyone know about crepe myrtle. So these are tree and bushes. They provide year-round interest and color with their showy summer flowers. Crepe myrtle is again deciduous tree, comes in many sizes and color, from white shades to red, purple. They can be grown as a single or multi-trunk specimens. They also have colorful fall foliage and attractive exfoliated bark in winter. Standard tree can grow 20 to 30 feet tall, but there are some dwarf variety which can grow 6 to 12 feet. So make sure you are choosing the right crepe myrtle for your location and design. You can check the when you are going to buying, you can check the label for what is good for your yard. That peeling bark is a normal. In fact, it's one of the most prized quality of your favorite tree. As all crepe myrtle grow and mature, they shed last year bark, so revealing a color. So it's good. Next is wax myrtle. It's also called southern wax myrtle, berry, or candleberry. They are multi-trunk evergreen shrub. They can reach up to 20 feet in height. The light olive green foliage has a spicy fragrance and fruit blue color. They occur on the female plant in the winter. Bark will be gray in color, uh, almost white on some plant. So this popular evergreen ornamental is used for screen, hedges, landscaping, gardens, and they are also source of honey. Next is arbor vitae or puja plant. So this is the first picture is our, you can say, is mine. So it's my house picture. So arbor vitae is green, attractive all year round. They can grow in all kind of soil and in all condition. They are drought tolerant. They come in various shape and size. They are good for large screen or wind break. They can grow in a range from full sun to partial shade. So these arbor vitae trees are 7-year-old. You can see the growth, and uri and freeze doesn't bother them. So they are like this. Some other notable small trees are Texas persimmon. Our native persimmon is very big, around 40 feet tall. But they are valuable. I like Texas persimmon and Mexican persimmon. They are small variety. So Texas persimmon are black persimmon. They are native shrub, small deciduous tree. They are grow to less than 15 feet tall, around 12 feet. They have fragrant flower, attractive seeds, or edible fruits. Next is pomegranate. So pomegranate are great small fruit tree. They have thorns, so be careful when you are pruning. But pomegranate fruit is very good for your health. They have antioxidant property. So if you are drinking juice and you are giving them to kids too, it's very good. Next is Asian silver bell. They are also called Synojakia. Is a great one. They have white flower. Next is olive. So true olive has two great variety, Arbequina and Mission. So both has edible fruit. So you can eat them, you can pickle them, you can make oil from them. But sometimes if it is hard freeze, so it's difficult for them. So they can be affected by freeze. Next, in Austin area, it's called called Palo Verde. Some people call it but there are some you will found there have thorn. So the thornless variety are also available in the nursery. It's very desert looking area tree. Can grow, they can grow like 12 to 15 feet tall, but has very nice flower, nice yellow flower. And yeah, they're very good. Next is pineapple guava. It is not a true guava, but it has edible flower and fruit. So flower is very good. Fruits taste like, I tasted, but yeah, it tastes a little bit like a pineapple. And this pineapple guava is hardy. So in freeze, it can survive, but the other guava tree, you know, they will not survive. So it's very good. It's semi-deciduous tree, means it will shed the leaves in the winter, then all the leaves will come back in spring. Next is fig. So if you like edible garden, you can plant fruit trees too. So fig is one of them. They are very nutritious. There are many variety available in the market. Brown turkey, LSU, Texas everbearing, black mission, all are good for our area. Next is viburnum. In viburnum, there are several variety in the market, but for me, Walter viburnum is good. So I'll say Walter viburnum is good for our area. It is really a large shrub or small tree, grow up to 10 to 12 feet in height. They produce white cotton flower that will appear in the spring. Next is hawthorn. Several species and varieties are available. They are showy. They have showy and fragrant flowers, attractive seeds eaten by wildlife. So small showy white flower turn to bright red berries. So there are many variety, but mayhaw and parsley, they do well on moist and acidic soil. And the other two variety, green little hip, uh, they grow on the drier sides. So you can choose a variety according to your need. So next is loquat. Loquat is another fruit-bearing tree. It is a great landscaping plant. Fruit tastes like sweet and tangy, very cold hardy, evergreen plant. It bear fruit in January, February. So it can survive temperature as low as 10 degree Fahrenheit. But if it freeze, so there can be a problem. You will not get the fruit. because below 27 degree, if temperature go below 27 degree, so all fruits and flower will be killed. Next is Japanese black pine. So it's a small evergreen tree, often used as a specimen tree in a raised planter. They are also good if you are living in beachfront house, so they are good for that area too. And the last one is Texas olive. Texas olive is not a true olive. Some people say you can eat them, but I will not recommend it. It's a white ornamental flower bloom. It's a white ornamental tree. Flower blooms generally in spring to fall, and tree grows up to 10 to 12 feet high. So after selecting, after choosing a tree, what do you want? Then question comes, how to select a good tree from the nursery. So I will say, go to the reputed local nursery, which has knowledgeable and trained staff who can help you to choose the right plant. So when selecting tree at your nursery, remember, bigger is not always better. Don't go for bigger plant. The largest tree in that group may have outgrown their container. So you can take smaller plant. Generally, when smaller plant, you have smaller trees planted, it will be healthier and it will develop and mature very fast. And when you are looking for tree, so tree should have straight trunk and balanced branching. If a tree appear dormant, so scratch a twig to be assured it is green and moist inside. Check that there are no circling root, which are a sign that a tree has outgrown its container. You can see in the picture, top right. So there you can see the small circling root are there. So try to avoid them. If you buy the circling root tree, then what you have to do, you have to prune them before it can be planting. Check for the roots girdling. So are the roots girdling the stem of the tree? Girdling is when the tree roots wrap around the trunk like this, the tree is strangling itself. So trees cannot survive, and the tree stem or wood will be vulnerable to the disease and insects. So try to avoid them. And the last, tree should be free of insects. Their leaves should be healthy. Leaves should not be in yellow color. They should be disease free. Check the stem, check the trunk. There should not be any mechanical damage or any type of damage. Next point is, okay, we bought a tree, but when to plant? So it's very important. Many people prefer January through March for planting, but the fall month of October through December also have distinct advantages. Fall planting winter will allow roots to become established before moisture demanding summer set in. So due to heat, we generally don't recommend planting in April to September. So either planted early in the like January through March, or plant it later like in the fall, like October to December. Now question is where to plant. So Before planting, remember to look above and look below. It's important to be aware of overhead power lines and underground utility line before you start digging. A tall growing tree planted underneath the power line is a serious public hazard, and it can be a major hassle for service provider. So look for distribution line, transmission line, transformers, and follow the guidelines before planting. The recent fire devastation in Hawaii is said to be triggered by a tree falling on power line. So be careful when dealing with pruning, maintaining, or planting near power line. So ready to dig? So always call your utility company to mark underground lines before you dig. Accidentally digging into utility line can cause serious injury, not to mention annoying service interruption. Know where the utility line are, have them marked, plan a safe distance, and then dig. I learned this the hard way when my landscaper accidentally cut our fiber internet, to which the company asked for $1,000 to fix. So I learned a lot. So you can call 811. They will come and mark where is the power line, and they will not charge anything from you. The next slide is how to plant. So when you are ready to move that tree from the pot to ground, follow these best practices. So dig a hole 2 to 3 times wide uh, of a pot diameter. Then locate any circling roots and cut them. Bottom of the root ball should rest on firm soil. You can mix compost or garden soil up to 20% only. So mix with the native soil, so your plant will be able to accommodate to the native soil. So too much foreign soil or compost can lead to poorly establishment of the plant. So try not to mix 20% of foreign substances. Give water by flooding. Keep the trunk and root flare visible above the ground line and mulch 3-4 inch thick away from the trunk. First week is critical. Monitor and remediate things like settling as required. So have patience. First week is crucial for us. So thank you everyone for joining.